No, it's okay. Stop crying.
Stop crying. No, but seriously, you have not won the lottery.
Yeah, just to confirm one more time, you have not won the lottery.
In the world of conspiracies, the supernatural, and the downright spooky, there are only two men who you can trust. Dennis Lynn and Roger O'Sullivan. Or as they prefer to be called, the Unexplained Legends.
In the 14th century, a strange and mysterious island began to appear on maps of Europe. Located just off the coast of Ireland, it's often referred to as the Irish Atlantis. Nothing more than a myth. Or is it? This week on Unexplained Legends, Hy Brasil.
Welcome, listeners, to this week's episode of Unexplained Legends. I'm Roger O'Sullivan, and with me, as always, is
Dennis Safari Park Len.
And together we are the Unexplained Legends. Well, what made you bring about the safari park today? Have you spent some time there recently?
I don't know. I was struggling for something to say, and then safari came into my head because I constantly think about that area in Pokemon.
Oh, the safari zone.
Yeah, where you get Pinsir and Scyther, but you can only catch one of them.
Can you only catch one?
Oh no, is that in the park?
You get Genghis-Khan as well.
You sound like an old man at the pub. And don't forget Genghis Khan will come into you as well. He's very good.
Get him. And Taurus.
And of course Ghastly. Ghastly's a good man as well.
I knew that there when I was
Why
younger.
does your voice go like that? Your voice sounds like some man really struggling.
I knew that once. He had 50 Tauruses, but didn't they all get mad cow disease and they're gone in a week?
If anybody who is from outside of Ireland wants to understand what Roger just said, because I even struggled, you can email us at unexplainedlegends@gmail.com and we'll give you the transcript.
That's my favourite voice to do. But you know, we're actually doing a very Irish themed episode.
Are we? What are we doing?
Dennis, this week we're doing something called Hy Brasil. Have you ever heard of it before?
No, I've seen a really bad movie that had something to do with Brazil in it. And I think it was made by one of the Monty Python guys that people love.
Oh, that's the movie Brazil.
The movie Brazil, yeah.
Yeah, no, nothing to do with that.
Okay, and it's not the country Brazil?
No.
Okay, I don't think. Hy Brasil.
Hy Brasil.
Hy Brasil.
Yeah.
Oh, as in hello Brazil.
Yeah. No, as in like.
Oh,
Hi.
The height.
Yeah.
Tall Brazil.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or like, do you know, like Sarah?
I'm sorry, are we a vaudeville act? What's after happening?
No, it's in like ceremonially high maybe as well.
Oh, okay, all right, okay.
You know.
So not Stone, not any of the other ones, but just Hy Brasil.
Yeah.
I never out of the other ones. Like even though I might be like with other ones we've done, I might be thinking about it completely incorrectly. Like as in I've associated it with something completely different. But like let's say the moon landing, and I'm just imagining Stonehenge.
Yeah.
But with this, nada,
Nothing.
I couldn't even guess what it is. Can I guess what it is? Wait, you said it's got an Irish connection.
Yeah, it has. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to guess something to do with scientists.
No. Well, actually, maybe.
Maybe?
But it's better to say
Alien
no.
scientists.
At this point, it's better to say no.
Don't have a clue. Never heard of this.
Never heard of it? Never, ever heard of it.
Never, ever, ever heard of it.
Wow. It is often referred to, Dennis, as the Irish Atlantis.
Oh, what is happening here?
Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
I'm surprised. I'm telling you, right? This is going to pop off. Like this mystery.
It's fresh.
It's about to pop off. It's not fresh, right? But it's about to pop off. It's like being...
I was going to joke that they called it the Area 51 of Ireland, but they actually call it the Atlantis of Ireland.
Yeah, the Atlantis of Ireland.
Where is Atlantis? What's that of? You know, like
the Atlantis of Greece.
Is it around there? Is it?
I think, isn't it? Yeah.
I get confused with the Atlantis thing because is that an underwater city from like I don't know, like Apollo's time? No, he's a god, but you get what I mean. But like, is it from back in those days, or but then there's like a futuristic version of it, or what do you call it? Like, let's say ancient aliens built it, and there's humans living there.
Advanced civilization, I think, is the term you're looking for.
Advanced civilization,
yeah,
of the past.
Yes,
but which one is it?
Wait, Atlantis or this?
Atlantis in general.
Atlantis is like, that's kind of it. It's old, very old. I think even
but it is underwater though.
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, but it wasn't always.
Oh, so it went underwater.
Yeah.
Wait, my understanding was that it was an underwater city.
No, I think
Oh my
I think
God.
it ended up that way.
Oh, right, yeah. But there was no one living there, like.
Yeah. No, there was.
They were living there while it was underwater.
No, as it was going underwater.
Ah, okay,
It was a disaster.
We are a vaudeville act.
It was a disaster what happened.
Okay, yeah. Some people just tried to stick it out.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They thought, no, honestly, the prices will go back up.
They handed out jumbo straws to people, these giant jumbo straws to breathe.
Very early scuba diving, basically.
Yeah, but it was a disaster. They were trying to stick them out chimneys and stuff, and that was the only place you could breathe inside in the house.
Atlantis is kind of, I think that's back in the zeitgeist now because of global warming.
It's just got a lovely ring to it. But okay, so we're going to the Irish Atlantis.
Yeah.
Can you please take us there?
Okay, I will, in that case then, I'll say that we'll crack on with the lamestream narrative. In 1325, Angelino del Curt, the Genoese cartographer, included a strange addition to one of his maps. A small island off the west coast of Ireland, simply referred to as Brasil. The first of many acknowledgements of the mysterious island known as Ireland's Atlantis. Hy Brasil, or Brazil as it's known, is named after an ancient High King of Ireland and said to only appear once every 7 years, remaining hidden by magical mists at all other times. And it has long played on the minds of adventurous young people.
If you could see a graph of my excitement and interest, it was going up, up and up until you said it's hidden by mist. And it disperses every 7 years. No, look, I'm not a mistologist, right? People know this, right?
Yeah, you're not.
But I'm fairly sure you can just sail through mist.
Well, listen, Dennis, this is such a clear example of your myopathy.
Oh, really? Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Because
have you been meaning to bring up my myopathy?
I have. Because you heard the word mist,
Yeah.
but you totally missed out the word that preceded it, which was magical.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. So are you saying now, right, that along with paranormal, which you say you don't buy into all the time,
Not all the time.
extraterrestrial,
Yeah.
and now here it is, Roger's moment to say that you now believe in magic.
Magical mist, perhaps.
Magical mist, perhaps.
magical
Are you
mist.
saying it's magical mist that it's being misunderstood by the people who are interpreting it at the time, but it actually is kind of a weather phenomenon, Mama?
I think we'll have to see that
Okay.
as we go on.
All right, so there is an island that exists.
Yeah.
It's called Hy Brasil. Is that after a guy who used to be called King Brazil back in the day?
So it's important probably to say that the name Brazil doesn't have any relation to Brasilia, like Brazil. There, I don't know if you've ever come across anyone.
You probably should have tipped me off to that earlier.
No, I wanted to watch this.
Yeah,
program.
just keep me talking about the country Brazil.
Have you ever met? You might not have, but have you ever met anyone with the last name Brazil?
I would pronounce it as
Ireland?
Brasil.
Brasil. Yeah. Okay. So there are some people who pronounce that Brazil as well.
Lunatics.
Yeah. I'm not sure if he's apocryphal or real High King of Ireland. That was
That doesn't matter to you, does it?
yeah, okay. High King of Ireland called Brazil, right? But there specifically, there used to be a kingdom in Ireland called Brazil, like an area, and that's where that name comes
Is
from.
that near Waterford, or is that there's loads of Brazils down there?
I think you might be onto something. Yeah.
Might be onto something. Okay, that makes more sense then.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
thanks for completely luring me into a trap at the start. That's excellent.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
And so now we've got the Brazils, right? Which I'm going to pronounce it like that for the rest of the
Okay,
thing.
yeah.
And so this guy, do we know the connection to this king? Did he live out there? Did he have a holiday home? Go out there for the weekend?
So some people, right?
Some people, just before you start, right? I don't even care what it is, right? But I just want to say this. Are you part of this some people?
No, I don't think. Not this particular, some people.
Okay, well then it must be good. What do some people think?
Some people think that he moved his people there and started a kingdom on that island.
All right.
Yeah.
And is he still there? Are they still knocking around? What do they do for food and stuff?
Maybe
Fish?
they're. We'll kind of get to that later.
Okay.
But it's like could be wrapped up in some other theories. But I think it's best to say he. Best to say let's say they were very advanced.
Very advanced. Were they so advanced that it makes it easy to explain all the reasons they're not there anymore?
Potentially, yeah, potentially.
Okay, I want to ask loads more questions, but let's knock on a little bit.
Okay. The island is steeped with mystery, frequently appearing on maps throughout the Middle Ages, but always seemingly eluding discovery. So elusive is Hy Brasil that many an explorer has spent their whole lives searching for it, but never been fruitful. In 1480, an exhibition of sailors from Bristol set out, led by a man named John Jay Jr., certain he would find the island, only to be yet another in a long list whose search ended in vain. Similarly, another group of Bristolian sailors attempted the journey to the elusive island the year after that. So, 1481. But their luck proved no better. Quick maths there. In fact, not until the 1600s did anything close to an eyewitness account of the island emerge.
So wait, we've always known about this. Like, this has been hundreds of years we've known about this island.
Yeah.
And who first brought it up? Why did the legend start?
It's so
some drunk lad down the beach.
No, so that 1325 map, that's one of the earliest maps to include it.
Okay, and who made the map? Like, was he a reliable cartographer?
He's a Wikipedia page.
That's it. That's your level. That's your standard.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you could have a Wikipedia page.
But I don't. It's annoying, isn't it?
Yeah. So are you saying because you don't have a Wikipedia page, you're not a reliable source?
I didn't say that. But what I'm going to say to you is if I had one, listen.
You could trust it.
If I had one, there'd be no question about it.
And no, are you saying this coming from the man who once told me that you basically changed the Wikipedia page so much that it got locked because you were making up the history of your own town?
And my IP got banned.
Yeah. You're saying that?
Yeah, that is.
Just a couple more questions. So these Bristol boys headed out. How long does it take in the 1480s to sail to the High King Island place?
I'll just put a very round number on it. Mm-hmm. I'll say 3 weeks.
3 weeks. That would be pretty quick, wouldn't it? I think that would be quick.
Do you think?
Yeah, okay. But so did they receive news that...
Okay, 4 weeks.
Did the 1480 boys come back and say, we didn't find it? Or did they get eaten by, like, I don't know.
No, they came back.
They said couldn't find it.
Yeah.
All right. And so did anyone from Ireland just have a look? Just off the coast, like, did they have a look out? Can you see it? Is it
once every 7 years you can see it?
Yeah, obviously when magical mist disperses.
Yeah,
but I'm saying on the map, is it an eyesight amount of time from the coast? Like, what's the island next to it?
Ireland.
That's it. That's all we have.
It's
what's the closest island to it?
I'm not shitting you. It's like Ireland, probably.
Yeah, but there's no like Inishbofin or Inish.
No, it's very far out.
Dickhead or whatever.
It's very far out.
It's very far out.
Very far out. Yeah.
Okay. You don't know?
No, I do know, but I'm worried about spoil. I can tell you. No, I can tell you.
No, don't. If you think it's going to spoil it, let's wait.
Right. But it's very far out. It's fair to say, like, without spoiling anything, do you think you'd be able to see something 300 kilometers off in the distance?
Yes.
You would?
Yeah, if I was standing up high enough, I would. Because it's flat all the way out.
Okay. Well,
oh wait, I mean, unless you think it's not flat.
I'm not going to comment on that in this episode, but
some say there's a slight curve.
Hey, Vsauce, Michael here. The Earth is a flat disk. Travelers falling off the edge all the time. Right?
We're in the 1600s now, and we're about to get an eyewitness account of this. So, in 1674, the Scottish sea captain John Nesbitt claimed to have spotted the island and sent a boarding party of his men to investigate. The tales they came back with were suitably bizarre. They speak of a beautiful island populated mostly by abnormally large black rabbits.
Thank God.
Spare for one wise old man who lived there alone in a large stone castle. Said to be a magician of sorts, he presented Nesbitt's men with gold and silver and then bid them farewell back to the main ship. To me, when I read this, He's sounding a bit like a Hugh Hefner type guy.
Yeah, you think this is the what is it called? I don't even know what it's called. The Playmate Castle or
the Playboy Mansion. Yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah, so he's there, and this is the lads back in the day. They're saying giant black rabbits, but they're being fooled by the Playboy type outfits.
Yeah, I can't remember any of the. I get sick when I say Playmates. I really apologize for that, but I don't know what else to call them. But they
Playboy bunnies, aren't they?
But that's worse.
Is it?
I struggle with soft words, and I can't say that.
Okay.
Playboy people, right? They don't really wear a full rabbit costume, right? It's like a little tail or whatever.
Well, it's like if memory serves, it's like a kind of a play suit type thing.
Yeah.
With like maybe rabbit ears and then just a fluffy tail. But if you keep in mind that's what was titillating in Wynn's Playboy, 60s to 70s?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, so that's titillating then. But this is 1674. So a woman dressed in a full realistic rabbit outfit.
Realistic, like full blown.
Yeah, pretty realistic. Yeah, that would be scandalous back then, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
And what do you think the guy is doing? Like, I mean, are these magic women? He's made magic. Like, did he steal these women and put them in rabbit costumes? Do they like living on the island? Do they want to be a rabbit?
So if we're taking
Are they hot?
if we're taking my fan theory that they are women dressed as rabbits, in that case they are hot, right? They are hot and they're there of their own free will.
Okay, I just want to point out you did do a little handshake of kind of maybe not.
No, that's not what I meant that as. But they're there as their own free will, okay?
Okay. But, I mean, free will, but also the island disappears for 7 years and they're dressed as rabbit.
No, but they knew it only appeared every 7 years. They wanted to move there.
Okay, great.
They were happy.
All right,
okay?
so I was going to go with a theory that the rabbits were massive rabbits.
Well, that's what people generally take it as.
But
yeah.
if this guy has magical powers, these are actually, especially if you imagine like a 70s kind of TV show, these turn into like big monster army rabbits when the place gets attacked.
The sailors that met him, they said he was a magician of sorts, and he gave them gold and silver. And then he let them go back to the main ship because they were just a little boarding party. Other stories of the island tell of an isolated community populated by monks and scholars living in a hyper-advanced society which is cut off from the rest of the world.
And how big is the island? How many monks? How many rabbits? How many women running around?
That's a good question. As big as Cove?
As big as Cove. Could we give it a description for people who don't know what Cove is, and also, like me, can't visualize what that size is?
I would say I'd be surprised if there's more than 3,000 people living on Cove.
So it would fit 3,000 people, healthily spread out,
Hang on,
not dense.
I'm going to have to look up Cove, right?
Okay.
Just to confirm.
But again, for some people, I mean, even if they read Cove on a map, they'll pronounce it Cobha, so it's not going to be any help to them.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it's COBH if anyone wants to fact check this. I'm just going to check. Oh, wow. 13,000 people on Cove.
Okay. So yeah,
way
huge.
more than what I thought. Yeah.
You
about that.
13,000 people on it. So in your theory, there's one man and 12,999.
That's not my theory.
Rabbits.
That's the theory of that boarding party. But in that case, yes.
All right, so there's 13,000 monks then as well.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so that's a hefty number of people. It must be a pretty big island to be self-sufficient. But then, of course, considering it's magic, they probably just have like Star Trek food generators that they can just get all their food from.
Or maybe they build up.
Maybe. Why are you saying maybe?
What do you mean?
What are you saying? Maybe they build up. You're meant to have the theories already, or like you're meant to have the facts.
Okay, they build up.
They build up. Okay.
They build up. They don't have kind
They build up. What do you mean? They build up. As in, like, vertically. They build up.
They build up.
I mean, that's not crazy. I mean, that's what we do anyway.
Yeah,
but
there's not like they're
so they have apartment blocks.
They're very advanced, right? But they have limited zoning, very liberal zoning laws.
Are you saying then that the mist will also kind of grow with the buildings?
Yeah.
Yeah, it will. So
Yeah,
if they
it will.
build up too high, the mist will just continue up.
It looks like, honestly, by now, By now, it looks like Marge Simpson's head coming out of the sea.
So it's actually doing the opposite of what it really needs to do and hide it.
Yeah, looks like a giant middle finger coming up out of the ocean. Captain,
What is it, Ensign?
it appears to be some kind of giant apartment block floating in the sea.
May God help us all.
The last people to have claimed to see the island in person were one Robert O'Flaherty and T.J. Westrop, both of which claimed to have witnessed the island appear from view only for a few faithful moments before disappearing back into the mist once again.
When did they spot that? What year or whatever? You don't know?
1800s, I think. I'm very shocked at myself that I didn't.
That gives you 100 years to play around with.
Yeah, sometime. Okay.
When am I? Do you want to meet up? Yeah, I'll meet up sometime in the next 12 years.
I think that's fair.
What time? 9 p.m.
You were rocking me. I just looked it up. It's 1872.
Okay, there you go. 1872, the latter end.
Yeah, but wasn't that right?
Yeah, okay, so 1872, so what's that, 200 years after the last one, the 1600s.
Yeah.
They actually saw the island.
They did,
and it disappeared.
Yeah.
So they knew where it was. Did they go back and, like, report it, or?
They did actually. One of them went and got his wife and kids, I think, to come see it.
They really? What a weird thing to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Very strange. But I guess what else do you do back then? They're probably the only people that you know that can go see it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't bring my wife and kids out there. I'm just saying.
You don't have any.
I don't, and I wouldn't bring them out there.
If you did, you wouldn't bring them
It's the
out.
last thing I'd be doing.
I'd bring the wife.
You'd bring the wife, would you?
Yeah, I'd bring the wife.
Show her off.
Bring the wife, unless of course those rabbits are hanging around.
She wouldn't like them.
No, she would not be a fan of those.
All right, so the only thing, this is very exciting. I think this is really interesting. It's just that every account has got really like less and less backing.
Well,
that you just made like two random lads, right? I don't know who they are, obviously. You definitely don't know who they are either.
That's not true.
And you said they saw the island, but then it disappeared.
Yeah, which is exactly consistent with the story of the island.
Yeah. So he went off and got his wife and kids and brought them back.
Yeah.
So then there is a point where he like landed his boat or whatever, pulled up his boat, and then he drove off again, and he got to the island. So he knew where it was. And he could find his way there quite easily if he can bring his wife. Like, it doesn't have to be a big trip. You can't go home and get the wife and say, here, do you want to come look at an island? She go, well, we'll be back for supper. You're like, well, it's 300 kilometers out in the ocean, so 600 kilometer round trip.
So my theory on this is they were staying in like a B&B. Very high up, as you said earlier. So they could see it from the B&B.
They could see it from the B&B, is your theory.
So he popped back in. Or it was like an Airbnb. You know, like they're renting the cottage for the weekend.
Oh.
And he's popped back in to get the wife and kids.
But it's also a cottage, except it's just the size of a tower.
No. They build up. No, it's a small cottage, but it's on the top of a mountain.
Oh, it's on the top of a mountain.
Yeah.
But again, wouldn't it just be so difficult for that man to come in 300 kilometers and go up and...
No, he didn't see it from sea.
He wasn't in a boat.
No.
So the two boys. So your theory is the two boys were in a cottage at the top of a mountain.
Yeah.
And then they looked out one day and they saw the island appear.
Yeah.
And then instead of what my theory was, they brought their wife and kids out in the boat. They just said, "Here, honey, come look at this."
Oh no, actually, sorry, looked it up. They did. They went there.
They went there. Oh, really?
Went there.
Really?
Yeah.
You thought that was what happened?
No, I thought it was the other thing, but I looked it up now and they went there. It says here they went there and they came back and they got the wife and kids.
And they went there again?
Yeah.
And so he went 300 kilometers out.
Yeah.
300 kilometers back in.
Yeah.
Went and got his wife and kids.
Yeah.
Put them in the boat.
Yeah.
300 kilometers back out again.
Yeah.
Found it in the middle of the sea.
Yeah.
And went back 300 kilometers again.
And then it was gone?
They must be fairly, hardy people to go home.
They were back then, yeah.
Pop it. I mean, trying to take the wife and kids to, a wedding. That's stressful enough for most people.
Alton Towers would drive you up the walls.
Yeah, it would drive me up the walls. You couldn't bring them. I would never bring my wife and kids to a theme park.
But I think I think an interesting little wrinkle to this is that the Robert guy didn't feel like going back at all.
Yeah, because he didn't want to go. Like, is the Robert guy married or
He's just a friend, I think.
Yeah, would you imagine that? 300 kilometers, 600 kilometers with your friend and his wife and kids, and they're like bickering and no way.
Tall ask. When the West Drop guy is like, "Wait, Robert, it's your last chance. It's going to be gone." Like
it's like, man, I've seen it. I'm heading home.
Nah, it's fine.
Going to eat some Doritos and just watch whatever they had back then. Pleb
Fire.
Flex.
What did you say?
Pleb Flex.
Pleb flicks. I like it. The sex bit. When I read this...
Sorry. Did you say the sex bit?
No, this next bit.
Oh, okay. It really sounded like you said sex bit.
I did not, okay. Right? This next bit. When I read this, it gave me the supernatural equivalent of an erection.
Okay. What the hell is the supernatural equivalent of an erection? You mean you turned into a ghost and had an erection?
No. I just meant like my.
Basically, what you meant is you got an erection.
No, I can't tell you how exciting this next.
Why can't you describe things? Why do you always have to go to erection? Why can't you just say I was really excited by this next fact, or this made me really happy? Like I remember when we went into town and I bought you like an ice cream, and you said to me, "This gives me a happiness erection." And I was just like, "Why can't you just say you're happy?"
You have a hard on for the ice cream. Ice cream hard on. We've all had them.
Absolutely. I've always hated the expression hard on.
Oh, really?
I think it's so stupid. I don't know who came up with it.
I have a real hard on for.
It's so weird.
What I like is, the phrase wide on?
No, I actually don't. What does that mean?
That's the female equivalent of hard on.
Oh, right. Okay. What does it mean? That it's going like left to right, or it's expanding, or
it's
what?
expanding.
Expanding, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I think I have a real wide on for this, or of course the Pokemon Rhydon.
Yeah, just about to say it. Rhydon sounds exactly like a Pokemon.
Rhydon and Rhydon, the evolutions. So, right, this next bit, you actually won't believe what I'm about to tell
Have
you
I been
next.
led down the garden path here?
No.
Okay.
No, you won't believe it. This is closing the loop. We could nearly end the whole podcast after this.
Okay.
One of the final and most shocking associations with the island of Hy Brasil comes remarkably from one of the witnesses of the Rendlesham Forest UFO incident.
What?
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, we did another episode about some spooky sightings on a military base or near a military base in the Rendlesham Forest. Incident is the name of the episode. You just check it out. There was globes and stuff running around the place, but there was a couple of guys we were talking about who saw it.
Yeah.
One of them was the second in command of the military base, who was a linchpin to all of Roger's theories. And who was it then? Who was the witness?
The witness, it was not him.
Okay.
But it was Sergeant Jim Piniston, who claims to have been telepathically implanted with 16 pages of binary code after coming into contact with the craft at Rendlesham Forest.
Was that brought up? We never brought this up in that episode, though, did we?
I think it didn't make the cut.
Didn't make the cut that a man got 16 pages of code injected into his head.
Yeah.
You left that out.
I think I left that out at the time.
Your argument was already strong enough without it.
Yeah, I didn't need it. There's no, don't over-egg it.
Was the code a map to this island?
You're not far off. You're not far off, Dennis,
coordinates,
right? Bingo. You got it. Sergeant Piniston claims that one of the details included in this binary code is the exact location of Hy Brasil. Making the story even more remarkable is that when these coordinates were deciphered from the binary code, they matched ancient maps of Hy Brasil near perfectly, placing it roughly 321 kilometres off the west coast of Ireland. Although no modern attempts to find the island have ever been successful, one thing is for sure: the mystery of Hy Brasil remains to this day unexplained.
I have to hand it to you. That is so cool.
There we go.
Really, really cool.
Loop it all together.
To kind of back up all that stuff, though, if you had a binary code and it was coordinates, well, a couple of questions first. Yeah. Was it just the coordinates of this island that was in the 16 pages?
So that 16 pages has an enormous amount of shite in it, right?
Okay, shite.
Well, it's stuff. It's loads. I think Atlantis is in that.
Okay.
The pyramids, even though we know where they are, the loads and loads of stuff is included in that.
And when did the Hy Brasil stuff come out from it?
He just knew it. You see, he knew what the binary code was.
And was it open information before this that we knew about these coordinates? Like, were these coordinates anywhere?
Well, the coordinates lined up with the ancient maps.
Yeah, but
he'd never seen the ancient maps.
He'd never seen them.
No.
Would it be easy? Could we Google the ancient maps now and just get them?
Now, yes.
Okay. When was the binary code injected into his head? And more importantly, when did he reveal the information in the binary code?
1980s.
1980s. All right. So he might not have had access to these ancient maps.
Yeah.
Then. That's unbelievable. So how would you, if you wanted to fake it?
Couldn't do it.
You couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
How could you do it? Like,
what do you think about this guy having the connection between these two theories? Do you think that makes him more credible or less credible in both incidents?
More.
I didn't think you were going to say more, but you said it. It was just
more.
surprising.
Yeah. Because I kind of know him.
What do you mean you kind of
I
know him?
kind of know him from the other event.
We didn't even mention him the last day.
Yeah, but I kind of know him, like, you know?
Yeah, you feel like you know him.
Yeah.
We don't.
Yeah, it's like, what's they call it? Parasocial, is it?
He's like a streamer.
Yeah. So I kind of feel like it's like a reliable witness, you know?
Do any of his coordinates match up with the previous accounts that we've heard?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they match the maps.
But the guys who went off in the 1600s, like, did they have a map with them to go look for it, or did they just bump into it? That sounded like they just bumped into it.
No, I think they were looking for it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it sounds amazing. I can't see why it wouldn't be true. The only unfortunate thing is, I suppose, the only snag is that there is no island there. That's the hard bit.
That's the hard bit.
Yeah.
Is if you go there, there's no island.
Yeah.
Like if you zoom in on Google Earth, like you're saying.
Yeah, and there's nothing there. Well, like, that's kind of hard to back up.
Yeah, I can see how that's a challenge.
Right. What's the explanation for that?
Okay, so we have a few theories.
I
right?
bet we do.
Okay, so the theories. Do you want me to start with the most... I don't like using the term plausible or realistic, but like the most lamestream narrative.
Most lame.
Yeah.
Start with the most lame and build up.
All right. The most lame is that it just is an island that's out there, but it's maybe an island that's like mostly covered by sea level.
So it was below the sea level maybe at one point. Is there any like islands in the world where that happens, where, like every couple of years the sea level changes? Hardly.
No, there aren't.
There aren't. Okay,
No.
great. So back to square one.
Yeah, there are ones like where when the tide, the tidal islands, you know, yeah. But this would be like that on an extreme level.
Yeah, this would be that on a level that doesn't make sense.
Supernatural level.
So, but it could just be that the island is submerged now. Fully submerged.
Yeah, I guess so.
And is there any satellite imagery from around there? Like, have you looked up Google Earth and had a look to check the coordinates from the guy?
No.
Okay, cool. So
that doesn't really interest me.
Yeah, no, none of that stuff seems to interest you at all. Complete blind spot. So yeah, if you looked on Google Earth, you'd probably still see stuff. I mean, satellite imagery would probably see, maybe the way the water changes or something around that area. Maybe, I don't know. Again, I'm not a waterologist.
Will I give it a look?
Yeah, I do.
Hang on. Well, I've gone on Google Earth, which I didn't want to do. I think I just wanted to go on Google Maps.
Google Earth is a strange old app.
That used to be big business back in the day in Computer Lab.
Yeah, it was good fun just looking around on Google Earth.
Oh my God.
I'm not sure how many people use it now.
I've downloaded it recently.
Oh, what? Fuck no.
What?
Not sure how many people use it now. I actually downloaded it yesterday. Can't stop using it.
I didn't mean to do you like that.
You did me in.
Yeah, I did.
What were you doing in it?
I was just looking around.
Were you looking at our house and then waving out the window trying to see yourself?
See if I could see it. I'm not going to tell you what I was doing with it. It's a private secret.
Don't actually tell me what you're doing in it. And when this comes up in the court case, he has not said what he's doing, so I don't want any implication.
Hang on now. Okay. So we said it was... What did we say? 320?
321 kilometres.
Okay.
Off the west coast of Ireland.
321 kilometers. So I'm going to have to go back anyway, first of all, to satellite view. There we go. If you want to come over there and have a look, I'd say there's something going on here.
There's 12,000 rabbits.
Look at this. Look at this, Dennis.
1 second, I need to have a look over.
There's something going on here, look. That's about where it should be.
God damn it, he's found the island.
There is
ridges on the ocean.
Bit.
I mean,
you know.
would you screenshot that?
I will. It could be.
I think Roger just found the island, which is now forever going to be known as, annoyingly, Roger Island.
So I'll just take a little screenshot of that there, and we'll maybe put that.
Who do we send it to?
Put it up. Discord.
No, I mean to get it so someone can look into this and see if we're correct.
Would that be in NASA's remit?
Yeah, I'd say so. Does anyone have a boat that they can go out in? Maybe travel 321 kilometers. You probably have to bring a big shtick with you and just stick it in if it feels like you hit an island. I'm sure it can't be too far below the surface.
You know, that could be real. What we found there.
I mean, the conviction you're saying that with, it has to be real.
So that's the lamest version is it's just an island. It's just.
But that's what you want it to be, isn't it? You want it to be an island. Why is that the lamest? If this even existed, it would be cool.
Okay. Okay. You were saying if it's just a real island.
If it is a real island and people haven't been able to see it, and there is talks of people being on it, then it would prove that all these guys were telling the truth.
Do you want to know a cool element to the island as well? Is some maps have it split in two. That it has like water running through it.
What do you think the reason is for that? That'd be two islands then, wouldn't it?
Well, no, it is one. They consider it one.
Okay.
But I just thought that was a little...
No, it is cool.
Yeah.
I don't know why they'd need it.
It's just.
I'm assuming the guy at the castle made it, as in he put a river through.
Oh,
it.
he was remodeling.
I think he was trying to make a moat, and he just mismeasured the whole thing.
It up, yeah.
Made a big river through the island.
Well, if his castle is on one of them, I guess he has made like a huge moat.
Yeah, he actually has. Technically, he has.
Massive
but
moat.
again, you could just say that his original design, the island, would have been the best moat of all.
True. Yeah. Actually, that's a good thing about building on an island. Comes with a moat.
Yeah.
Comes with a moat when you think about it. So that first one there, that first theory is just it's an island, right? Second theory, it's a magical island.
Okay.
Populated by ancient Irish gods.
Ancient Irish gods. That's where they're hanging out.
Yeah.
And what kind of gods? Who's there?
They're not quite gods, but the Sheed.
No, I don't know the Sheed.
The hidden people.
No.
They're like they're kind of like Irish elves. That's the best way to think about it.
Are they good or are they mischievous?
Oh, they're bad bastards.
They're bad bastards, really.
Yeah.
Do they go around doing real bad shit?
Do you know changelings?
Yeah.
That's them.
That's them.
They do that.
All right, so they are going around doing a little bit of horror show stuff.
Yeah, they're not great.
Okay, well, great. They're out on the island then. But why are they out there? Who put them out there?
They just
sacked it off. They're sick of it.
Yeah, that's just where they went to live because they were sick of what was going on in the mainland.
But I thought their whole life revolved around tormenting people.
Yeah, but they just kind of got sick of that. And
got to retirement age and just said, let's move out to this island.
Went off there, yeah.
And so then they're using their magical powers to disguise the island, is it?
Yes. And then this is the mischief. It's once every 7 years.
They pop it up. Change batteries or something. It's usually something way more practical than what people give something credit for, It's not as evil or as clever as it is. It probably is just a generator that they have. It could still be a magic generator.
Oh, you think that they're not planning every 7 years? It's just that's what happens.
No, I think whatever they're using just runs out and they have to recharge it. So maybe it's like a magical egg that they got from Stonehenge or something, and then they have to put it in there.
That's a kind of ludicrous, if you're asking me.
It sounds ludicrous.
What you're suggesting?
Oh, wait! You're suggesting they just turn it off for a laugh?
Yeah,
teasing people.
Yeah.
But why? Why would they do it? This is the thing. Why would they do it?
Why did they do anything? Yeah.
Oh, I gave an explanation. Why are you saying why did they do anything? I've just given an explanation. My theory of why it might turn off and on.
No, they're just being a bit mischievous, like you said.
Okay,
that's just what they do. Here, who are we to know? We can't even comprehend them.
Well, I'm trying to.
Okay. Listen, right? Comprehend all you want, right?
But you won't get any further.
Yeah, because for me. The next three theories, they're now you're starting to... I've been trying to hide it, but you can probably sense that I was lukewarm on the other two.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're starting to get to
But if you're warming up at 3 different theories, then inevitably 2 of them have to be false.
No, listen. Well, I guess, really. Right. I guess that's true. But also, I'd be happy if any of these were real.
Yeah. But you get where your position is, though, is you're almost like trying to prove that this thing is real. So you can't pick all 3.
Oh, sorry. I think you're getting... I think I'm not...
Oh, sorry, I'm getting a phone call.
Yeah,
I have to leave.
I'm having a stroke. I think you're not... I'm not articulating correctly. The island's existence is... That's a moot point to me.
So it exists.
The island's there.
But it is magic.
It's magic or...
Advanced.
Bingo! Which brings me on to the next one. It's an advanced civilization.
Living on this island.
Yeah.
Where did it come from?
They come from... They used to be maybe... Used to be from Ireland, I think.
Okay, so they lived in Ireland for a bit.
Yeah.
They got so advanced that they moved to an island.
Yeah, I think that this is the way I always picture this type of stuff, right? Is that they lived in Ireland and they were getting more advanced. Maybe they built Newgrange. Maybe they're those lads, right? They're getting very advanced. But you know, people are resistant to change.
Mm.
So they're going around and they're saying, wouldn't it be great if we used our advanced technology and made some kind of like, I don't know, super advanced cloak, like magically cloaked island that just travels around and appears every 7 years. And the general like shit munchers in Ireland around that time, they're happy with the progress that they've gotten to, you know?
Yeah.
They just don't they don't want to push the envelope. So these lads get frustrated. They go off and they do like their own startup.
I kind of agree with you, but for me it would be just a slightly simpler version of what you said. I think it's just when, you know, it's the kid who has like the really good football.
Yeah.
And he then selects the people that he wants to kick around the football with, and then they're just pissed off to the island.
That's it?
Took all the technology with them.
Yeah.
You know, selfish reasons rather than anything else. But why are they still on the island? Surely they'd... Like, do they have any other wants? Why are they happy staying over there? They've been there for hundreds, probably thousands of years.
Yeah, they're...
Well, when did they start, actually? When did they get to the island? I wonder, would it be possible if there was some machine out there, like some AI, where we could put your arms into it, and then it would tell you how much you're lying? By maybe the frequency of it or how long it's lasting?
I'm not lying. I'm giving you a good answer.
No, you're not giving me a good answer. You're trying to think of an answer.
Well, a good one. Because you asked me. So my gut reaction is to say 1000 AD. But that doesn't really seem realistic to me. So then my other gut reaction is to say...
But the year can't be a gut reaction.
What do you mean?
Like, it has to be history, no?
No, I'm using like my intuition.
Yeah, but I can't say like my gut reaction is World War II was in 1652. Like, you know, well, I either know it or I don't know it.
I slightly disagree on that.
Disagree with me?
Yeah, I think you can kind of gut reaction on a lot of history.
Yeah, time is just a concept anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, so for me, I'd say, let's say 2000 BC, they went out there.
Okay, Grant. Wow, that's a big swing from 1000 AD.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2000 BC they went out there and they never came back.
No.
And why do you think they never came back?
Because they were flying ahead.
Yeah, but like why? So I still don't. I'd like you to expand.
Oh, like there'd be no reason to come back
because they just have everything. But what about more land or just change of scenery? Change of scenery is nice.
How often do you go to Bandon?
Bandon?
Bandon, yeah.
I haven't been to Bandon in a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Why would you go there?
You can't pick a random place.
Yeah, why would you go to Bandon?
I don't know. I don't want to go to Bandon.
If you lived in Cork City, why would you go to Bandon?
I mean, we moved to London 2 years ago.
Yeah. But even admit it, even when we lived in Cork, we never went to Bandon.
No, that is true.
Yeah, so if you're living over here on Hy Brasil, why would you ever come back to...
But you see, Bandon's an annoying example because I just really don't want to go there ever.
That was their reaction.
All right, so you're saying that Ireland is their Bandon?
Yes.
Okay.
And even add this in, maybe some of them do come back. Some of them do come back, and they integrate in.
Right?
They integrate back in.
You had that right, and I gave you that right.
No.
But now you're saying some of them are coming back.
Some of them.
But if some of them come back, then they have come back.
No, only one or two.
One or two.
Yeah, who want a simpler life.
Yeah.
So they
have come back. So there's been people on that island you're now saying who have come back and they've reported it that like they're going to ask where they were.
They come back. They keep the island secret, but they happen to be luminaries throughout Irish history.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Like people that really stand out. So let's say you're probably thinking Brendan, St. Brendan's probably.
Yeah, well, he fucking balls things up as well. He went off on a boat and lost the rights to America.
Yeah, so he's one. He's probably one of them. He probably stopped along there as he was going over to America. So he's one. Would it be too much to say Michael Collins might have been one?
Could have been. Took the gun out of politics, straight out of the island.
So you see, there's all these people throughout history are probably Irish lads coming back.
Yeah.
Like they're coming back from Hy Brasil.
So you're saying every time there's been a political shift, a person has come back from this island? Or close to it anyway?
Yeah, close to it, yeah.
Wow.
Or even just like, even you could just be saying something like, maybe Cillian Murphy might have been one.
So you're saying that, considering we're not from the island,
yeah,
that we are doomed to a pretty average existence, because we'll never make shapes unless we're from that island, considering that everyone in Irish political history, I mean, we were fine up until you mentioned Cillian Murphy, but now you mentioned Cillian Murphy, he's also from the island. That means...
He might be.
I mean, there's no hope for us.
No, not everyone. Not every... Like, Bono's not from the island.
Yeah, but it would increase your chances massively. It's like it's like being in the footlights or something.
Yeah, it would.
You know?
You'd just probably be inherently more likely to be successful if you're from...
Yeah, because you'd know loads of people and you'd just be on a different track.
No, it's not the knowing people.
Well, what is it so?
They're just, like, more advanced.
Like people from Cambridge or Oxford?
No, those people are less advanced than us. They just know people.
Okay.
These
Sorry,
people. This is actually a meritocracy.
Oh, right. Okay, so they are actually good at what they do.
Yeah. Some of the people who come over from Hy Brasil, they're probably just really good carpenters, even.
Oh, right. Okay, so they don't have to. But yeah, again, you're saying all walks of life. If they're good though in Ireland, there probably is a good chance that they're from the island. So if you've got a guy and he comes in and does your bathroom really well, like he tiles it brilliantly, and the grout is just exceptional, you could say to him like, you ever been on an island 321 kilometres off the west coast of Ireland, and just see what his reaction is.
To see if he starts sweating. He might not even know that he's descendant from them.
Well, not descendant. I mean, he comes straight off the island.
No, he might not be straight off the island.
Oh, he could be a generation or two down.
Yeah,
so it carries on in the blood.
Does, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so it could be. Yeah.
Man, you're working fast tonight. All right, what's the next theory?
Next theory, it's actually... which one will I finish with? Which one will I... it's a giant time-travelling island.
For fuck's sake. A giant time-travelling island?
Yeah.
Why do they always make it difficult for themselves? Like, if you're in a giant time-travelling island, that's definitely going to restrict you on where you can travel.
Well,
as an island.
Yeah.
Like, as in, if you're in a time-travelling machine, you can at least say, well, look, we'll go into this abandoned warehouse. It's pretty central. We can get the bus. Right? Well, we're in an island, so it's going to make some splash when we come down.
Well, you're going to like this.
Go on.
You're going to like this.
If it can turn into a car, I'm leaving.
No. What it is that in the future of humanity, our future, right, our humanity, we discover time travel. Mm-hmm. They designate an area that can be used to travel to. Absolutely
love that.
Yeah?
Absolutely love that. A time-travelling platform kind of thing.
And it has to be remote. It has to be remote. They can only do very limited interactions. It's more... what we're sending back, we're almost just sending back... We might even just be doing ecological studies or whatever. But they send it once every 7 years.
One of your coolest theories have ever come up in the podcast.
There you go, yeah.
So, one problem...
Go on.
Why do they turn on and off the lights every 7 years?
That's just when they come back.
So when they come back and the mist goes off for moments, that's them coming through time. That's
them here, yeah.
That seems like a pretty bad system they should probably fix.
No, the mist in this theory is conjecture.
So the mist doesn't exist
in this theory, yeah.
Roger, you've been talking about the mist for an hour.
Yeah, but in this particular theory...
What do you mean in this particular theory? It has to... surely your theories have to hold up some bit, no?
In this particular theory, people...
Do you believe that the magical mist exists or doesn't exist?
I think in this one, no.
No. Across the board, does it exist or... let's say they're not in the time where they're showing the island at the moment.
Yeah.
If we rock out there, is it the mist or on the island?
No, there's nothing there.
There's no magical mist.
No, but
after all that, there's no magical mist. Do you see what people are doing at home right now? No, they're eating their hands.
No, but here's why it's so hard to give an answer. Because I think the mist does exist in my next theory.
Yeah, I know. But so then, which one of these theories do you believe?
Okay, fine. For ease of, I can see you're unsettled. So to let you calm down a bit. Yeah, the mist exists.
Yeah, but I know you're answering it as if you don't believe it either way, even when you're saying that.
What do you mean by that?
It's just like I've caused you're acting like I've caused a tantrum in a supermarket. You're just
You've not far off it.
all right. What's the next theory?
Next theory is it's a giant. It's a UFO.
The whole thing is a UFO.
Yeah, or sorry, not UFO.
And there's people living on it.
It's not UFO. It's a USO, unidentified submerged object.
Okay.
Right, and it just comes up out of the water every now and again. For when the aliens are
now and again
are setting off their actual UFOs. It's like a base underwater.
Okay, so it's a huge base.
Yeah.
Well, you know what would be kind of a cool theory is if it's some sort of a ship or submersible that goes down to their city underneath.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's why it's coming up. It's just shuttling off people into space. Are there people living inside it or on top of it?
In this one, inside it, but a bit like a submarine, they'd go out on the top when it comes up.
Or they'd have a look.
On
just
the observation
kind of breathe or whatever.
Yeah.
And so who are the lads inside that? Like, where do they come from?
Beta Reticuli.
Okay. And did the guys who went out and showed their families and stuff, did they have any description of it being a giant metal or whatever, like some sort of material that would look absolutely nothing like an island?
No, but here's the thing. I've thought about that, right?
They put grass on it.
Well, so there's two potential elements to this. One, you could go a bit more far-fetched and you could say it's a cloaking device.
Mm-hmm.
Or the realistic one is it's just algae all over it.
Okay, and that's just developed normally, and that's why people keep mistaking it for an island.
Yeah, because it looks like it's covered in algae when it comes up.
I suppose that does make sense.
Yeah.
So which one out of all the theories is the one you're banking on? Like, which one do you think is probably the most, I'll let you wriggle around a little bit, the most likely to be true?
If I'm being honest with you, there's something deep inside me that pulls me towards time travel.
What is it, a clock?
So I think time travel is probably...
You think it's a time-travelling island?
Yeah, I think so.
But the island itself isn't a time-travelling machine. It's just where they base their operations.
Yeah. But it is an actual island that they're traveling.
Yeah. So, but it's just a remote island that they can somehow cloak.
No, I think the island is travelling through time.
Oh yeah. So it is insane.
It is a landmass.
It is completely insane what you're saying.
It's the landmass.
The entire island.
Yeah.
Kicks off and goes through space.
Yes.
And, you see, I liked it when it was just a remote island, but not an actual island that was travelling through time.
Okay, we'll go with your one.
What point does an object stop travelling through time? Like, as in, if it's an island and it travels through time, isn't that just the whole of Earth travelling through time?
No, this is like a pocket dimension maybe or something.
Okay, but you get what I mean. Like, as in, it's connected down to the ground. Like, so, like, do they have to cut through it? Do they have to like put in parameters and just say, just take this bit of the island? Does it detach? Like, is it a different island when it ends there?
Okay. You've talked me around. It's just an island, and there's magical mist.
Okay,
but they time travel onto it.
Brilliant. All right.
Okay.
Fantastic.
What about you? What's the?
I love the time traveling thing, and I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that it is an island with a time traveling machine on it.
Okay.
And that there's a similar island on Earth, obviously, in the future, and that's where they carry out the experiments. So they're coming back, just doing normal stuff, maybe interfering a little bit, but not doing anything mad. They're in the early days of it right now, but that could take hundreds and hundreds of years.
Okay, I'm happy with that. I think we've come to...
I think
sorry, I have to go with the UFO one, because otherwise the Rendlesham Forest thing. How do you explain that? So for me, it's a UFO.
No, the Rendlesham Forest thing can still exist with it, but it just takes a misinterpretation of the aliens.
Bingo.
Thanks so much for listening to the episode this week. I've been Dennis Len. You can find me on Dennis Len 3D on Instagram and Twitter and all the rest of them. If you want to find Roger,
I'm at Roger O'Sullivan.
Please subscribe to our Patreon. Give us money for Christmas. We're going to have some Christmas specials out, I think.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully they'll happen. The Patreon will help to buy us milkshakes to get us through it.
I'm happy to hear about these milkshakes.
Yeah, they will be coming. We haven't got one in a long time. Just drop a little coffee into it as well. Also, give us 5 stars on Spotify. Just click that button. That really helps. And if you're on Apple as well, can you please review us and tell us how great we are. And just give us 5 stars across the board. That'd be fantastic. I guess I'll just tell them to go enjoy their week.
Love you. Bye.